Are you getting stationed at Dam Neck Naval Base, but you're not really sure which neighborhoods are best, closest to Dam Neck? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about my top neighborhoods in every price range close to Dam Neck Naval Base, and we're starting right now. Hey, my name is Sam Santalone and I'm a real estate agent in the Hampton Roads area, and I do videos every week about living and moving to Hampton Roads. That includes Virginia Beach all the way up towards Williamsburg. I help people all the time move to this area, so if you have any questions about living in this area or moving to this area, please let me know. I have my contact information in the description and you can contact me anytime you like and I'll do whatever I can to help you. Now, today we're talking about living in and around the Dam Neck Naval Base. So I have a lot of people asking me about being PCS to the area. I'm going to do a top list of neighborhoods in different price ranges, all the price ranges, of where I think are good picks to choose to target if you're going to be planning on living near the naval base. And in addition to that, I'm also going to give you some that I actually would be careful about moving to for various reasons, and I'll tell you why in each one. So we're going to start with the most affordable price range in the $200,000 to $300,000 price range, and then go up from there. From $200,000 to $300,000, $300,000 to $500,000, $500,000 to $700,000, and then $700,000 all the way up past $1 million. So first of all, if you're being stationed in Dam Neck, where is Dam Neck? You might already know, but if not, Dam Neck is on the southeastern section of Virginia Beach. Looking on the map there, it's south of the ocean front and it's just east of Oceana Naval Air Station. It's right next door almost. And it's right near the beach near Sandbridge, which is a big benefit to being close to this area. Now, one of the things about being at Dam Neck is that it is on the eastern side of the city. So living close to the naval base is not always easy because it's on the far end of the city. So one of the criteria of trying to find a good neighborhood to live near the naval base is a place that is not too far drive distance to the base. So if you notice, I mentioned the Oceana Naval Air Station, which is just next door to the west. This naval air station creates a lot of noise, jet noise, and I've mentioned this in so many of my videos, but this is super important to know because you don't have any context of this if you've never been here before and you just see houses online. And so if you look on the map, this ACOUS map shows you the most important spots to be aware of high jet noise in certain neighborhoods. And so the darker the colors and closer to the base, generally speaking, the higher the noise is going to be, or the louder the noise is going to be. And this noise can be pretty loud and it can make you have to stop your conversation for 20-30 seconds at a time because it is too loud to talk. And if you're close to the Naval Air Station and you live in a house nearby, if a plane flies overhead, there are times when you might not be able to have a conversation inside your own house because the windows are shaking sometimes. The $200,000 to $300,000 price range, there are a couple townhouse neighborhoods that are close to Dam Neck that I think are worth mentioning. Number one is the Ocean Lakes townhouse neighborhood. This is actually a huge HOA. It has single family houses and townhouses, and the single family houses are over 300 and over into the 400s, but there are some townhouse neighborhoods that are in the 230 upwards of 265, 270 price range that are amazing, and for what you're getting, it's pretty awesome. I mean, you can find some that are 2 bedrooms, but a lot of them are 3-bedroom houses, 14, 15, 16, 1700 square feet. And this HOA also has a pool. So if space and cost are factors, but you do want that pool access, this is one neighborhood that has a nice community pool, and for a low HOA, you have access to this pool. And you're also relatively close to Dam Neck, only a few minutes away. In addition to that, you are in the Ocean Lakes School District, which is in one of the most in-demand school districts in all of Virginia Beach, which is saying something. And because of that, if you do buy a house in Ocean Lakes, it is also very easy to rent. Now, a drawback to living in this area is the jet noise. Now, Oceana is close enough to Dam Neck to where you will hear jet noise, and it will be pretty loud in some cases. Now, next is FOXFIRE. This is one that's just south and southwest of Ocean Lakes, and it's south of Oceana Naval Air Station and southwest of Dam Neck. This is a smaller neighborhood. It's also a townhouse neighborhood, but if you notice driving through, these houses are nice condition for what you're paying. And so the surprising thing about this neighborhood is that there is no HOA. For the $260,000 to $295,000 or $300,000 price range for a 3-bedroom townhouse with a garage, you can get a nice house accessibility to Dam Neck, and also you have a better chance of avoiding the jet noise as well. If you look on the map, it's just south of the least intense noise zone on this map. Now, I'm not saying that you won't hear anything, but you definitely will have a reduced amount of noise, and it's hard to find a place that has lower jet noise and also close to Dam Neck. Now, one more I want to mention that's a detached neighborhood. If you want a detached house under 300, go into Salem Villages. This is heading towards that south central section of Virginia Beach, about 15 to 20 minutes away from Dam Neck. This is a small neighborhood. The houses are in that 1,100 to probably 13, 14, 1,500 square feet. They're smaller, but if you want detached for that $260,000 to $300,000 price range, you also get the Lansdowne School District. So for the price, all things considered, this is one worth targeting because it's not too far away from the base. The drawbacks to these are that the yard sizes are smaller, and because they're closer together, the parking is a little bit more difficult as well. But the important thing is, if you want a detached house, this one is a good one to check out. Now, the ones I don't like in this price range. Number one is Lexington. This is a condo neighborhood. This one's about 15 to 20 minutes away from Dam Neck. Now, this one looks awesome. 2 or 3 story condos, great sizes. The floor plans are actually really nice, and it's a very central location. You're close to town center. You're not too far away from Dam Neck, and you're actually really close. You could walk to a grocery store across the street. The reason why I don't like these for investment purposes is because you not only do you pay a condo fee, you pay an HOA fee, but you also, included in all this, is a Cox cable package that is baked into the fee that you can't get rid of. So if you don't want Cox cable, or you don't want the package that comes with it, you can't get rid of it. It's staying with the house, and so you're going to be paying that for the duration of the time you own the property. Condo development has a contract with Cox for, I'm not sure how many years left, there's like 10 or 15 I think, but until that contract runs out, you are still stuck with that Cox package. So it increases the payment for something you might not actually want. And there have been also some discussions about not allowing certain types of loans to be accepted for purchases in here, in addition to the Cox package and other things, has, I think, kind of suppressed the values of these places, even though they're really, really nice condos. Stupid Cox package that drives me crazy. And now, another one you might see online that I would be very aware of is REDWING. This is very, very close to the base. Seems like it's really convenient. The problem is that the jet noise here is extremely loud, and so you can get a nice smaller house in here under $300,000, but the jet noise would push me away completely. Now, the next price range is $300,000 to $500,000. Now, the ones I like the most, I'll start with Red Mill Farm. This one has some really nice property in it. It's close to Red Mill Commons, and a really nice, centrally located area on the eastern side of Virginia Beach, close to Dam Neck, and also in the Ocean Lake School District. One of the benefits of being in this area is you have a lot of shopping access. I mentioned Red Mill Commons, Strawbridge, up and down General Booth Boulevard. You have a lot of access to big box stores, grocery stores. You can walk to different places, a lot of options, and as well as restaurants too. But the houses in here are really nice for the price. You're talking about 2,000, 2,500 square feet, sometimes a little bit more or less than that, in that 400s to 450 price range. Sometimes you can get them even less than 400 in some cases. But I do like these for the price, and while you're still in an area that has some jet noise, it's not as loud as once you get closer and closer to the base, but it is something to monitor. And next door to this is Southgate. Why I like Southgate is the lot sizes are nice, probably because there are a lot of ranches in this neighborhood. So if you like the ranch style, some of these are like 17, 18 to 2,500 square feet. These are in that 375 to 440, 450 price range. But for what you're paying for, and for the scarcity of the type of house that you're getting, as well as the lot sizes in some cases, this is a nice value just across catty corner from Red Mill Farm. Now, shifting over towards the southern central section of Virginia Beach is a neighborhood I've mentioned many times, which is Courthouse Estates. I've mentioned this in positives and negatives. One time I mentioned it as far as an area that I would actually recommend not buying for investment purposes. So why am I mentioning it now for a positive? Well, there are a lot of positives in Courthouse Estates. One of the reasons I like it is because it has lots of open floor plans that a lot of people like. I don't like these floor plans personally. A lot of people do like them because they have open ceilings. You have a mixture of separate rooms but also still open at the same time, so it's a nice balance. Lots of large windows, light entering into the house, so it has that nice floor plan that some people really, really like. And the neighborhood is well manicured as well, and so you're going to get a nice large neighborhood, and you're also relatively close to some shopping, and the school district is Kellam. So you're in a great school district. You're about 15 minutes or so away from Dam Neck. You might hear a little bit of jet noise, but not too much. I wouldn't really be concerned about it if you do live in Courthouse Estates. Now, the reason I was kind of cautioning people for a while too was the fact that the prices in this neighborhood have gone up. Now, you're going to get closer to that $500,000 price range. There are a lot of houses in this neighborhood that have gone well over 500 at this point, so not everything in here is under 5. There was an appreciation gap where I think there was some money to be made to buy in here. I think that gap has narrowed, and I think it's more accurately priced for what it should be based on the demand of this type of neighborhood, because it is not very easy to find a neighborhood like this. Now, the ones I would be cautious about between 3 and 500 are, number 1 is Bow Creek and Windsor Woods. Not the entire neighborhood, but certain sections. Back in 2016, Hurricane Matthew decimated parts of this neighborhood. Lots of flooding came through and wiped out several streets of houses in this neighborhood, mainly because of the drainage issues that were in here. And so when the water came through in Matthew, it was a huge rain event, and it literally wiped out dozens of houses. A lot of houses had to get rehabbed in 2016 into 17. And so if you do look for houses in this neighborhood, you might see lots of them that have been renovated in the last 4 or 5 years. The reason is possibly because the house was totally renovated after the flood. It got flooded out and rebuilt again. So check the flood maps, ask your real estate agent about if the house you're looking at is in a high risk flood zone. Just because it is does not mean it is a huge problem, but you gotta watch. These houses have slabs, they're closer to the ground, and some of these streets do have some drainage problems. I will say though that if you go to different parts of the neighborhood, some of these streets didn't have any problems at all. So it definitely does matter as far as which part of the area that you're looking at. But again, check the history, see when the last time it's been renovated. And if it was in like 2016, 2017 time period, that could tip you off that it wasn't a place that did get a lot of flooding during Hurricane Matthew. Now let's shift up into the $500,000 to $700,000 price range. Now in this price range, there are a lot of great neighborhoods that I love. Now the neighborhood I want to mention first is Asheville Park. I love this neighborhood, but a lot of people do. The reason is because it is one of the few that has a community center, a pool, fitness center, playgrounds. It's got a lot. It's like one of the nicer planned developments that you'll find in the price range anywhere in this whole section of Virginia Beach. And so you've got houses as low as like 6 or under, and then you got some that are 7 and above, but most of them are in that 6 to 675 price range, 2,500 to 3,500 square feet. You can get them bigger though, but for the price, the age of the house, the floor plan, the whole complete package, you get a ton in Asheville Park. This is perfect if you are getting stationed at Dan Neck, you don't want to be close to a lot of the jet noise, it's not too loud over here, and you also want the community pool access, the exercise room, and don't want to go to a different gym or a different pool, or don't want to have a pool at your house, for example. This is a perfect place. The prices have gotten real competitive. People love this neighborhood, and it's not too far away from Dan Neck. It's like 13 to 15 minutes away. For the price, it is extremely hard to beat Asheville Park. There's another one that I think is never talked about that I think should be mentioned is Mirasol. This is a pretty small neighborhood just off of Nemo Parkway, headed towards another neighborhood we'll mention later. Now this one's not too big, several dozen houses, but for the price, you're talking 600,000-ish price range. You can get a nice house like 2,600 to about 3,200 square feet for about 560 to like 625. Now, one of the benefits to this neighborhood is that these houses are pretty new. They're only like 5-6 years old, so the floor plans are nice, more modern. The upgrades are nice and more recent. The things like the roof, the HVAC, they still have some good life left in them, as opposed to those houses built in like the mid 2000s where those more expensive systems might need some more replacements or repairs. They're so accessible to lots of things, but it has a nice neighborhood feel to it as well. These aren't super unique, but I think for location, for school district, it's the Kellam School District. Again, I do think this, for the price, is a pretty good buy in that $600,000 price range and just under. Now let's shift over to the ones I don't like as much. Number 1 is very similar to Courthouse Estates, but it's Castleton. I like Castleton for several reasons, but the reason why I'd be very cautious about buying in here for investment purposes is the jet noise. These houses look so nice online. They have the nice light that comes in through the windows. It looks so nice in pictures. And so because there aren't too many houses that have that unique design like Courthouse Estates, when you see them online, you're looking for houses like this, they stick out. And while they are nice houses, they're nice floor plans, but this area for jet noise is rough. I have friends that lived in this area before, several friends. It's a loud area. Because for the price, you can get a nice house for that lower $500,000 price range. You can even go under $5 in this neighborhood. For the house size, you're getting a nice house, nice floor plan, and nice neighborhood, well manicured neighborhood. But again, it's that jet noise and the location off of London Bridge Boulevard that I just don't find very helpful and very conducive for quiet living all the time. And so you're about 15 to 20 minutes away from Dam Neck as well. And so it's not a super convenient drive, but it's just far enough away to where it might still be okay if you do want to live in this area. Just be very, very, very aware of that jet noise. Now next is Princess Anne Meadows. So this is a new construction neighborhood, or very recently built, like starting like 2020 and 2021. This is why I don't like them. They are right next to Princess Anne Road. It's a long, busy road, and if you turn right off Princess Anne, you go into Princess Anne Meadows, and once you get in the neighborhood, because you're so close to Princess Anne, to me it does not feel like a secluded spot. For anywhere from like 2,800 to 3,600 square feet. Now the prices in here are like in that 600 to 700, but I'm starting to see them go up 670, 700, 725. There's people trying to sell them now for 750. But you know, honestly, if I was going to pay 675 for a house that's 3,000 square feet in Virginia Beach, I would much rather be in a neighborhood that's more secluded. I mean, the houses look nice. I've not heard any issues with the builder at all, but it's just personal preference. I just don't like this location, and I would never spend $700,000 to be at that location. And the school districts are fine, Lansdowne High School, so it's okay, but I would not go $700,000 for a house like that in a location like that. Sorry. So now let's shift our attention to the $700,000 plus price range. This is some nice stuff here, but there's some don't buys in here to me also. The good ones I like a lot. Number one is Lagomar. You have probably heard me talk about Lagomar before. It is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Virginia Beach. It is on the southeastern section of the Virginia Beach. It's about 12 or so minutes away from Dam Neck, and there's a new side and an old side. My personal preference, I like the older side better, but one is Ocean Lake School District, one is Kellam. And so just be aware of, if you're in one neighborhood or the other, make sure you know which one you're going to be in. The older one is Ocean Lakes, the newer one is Kellam. Why I like the older one is because the houses in here are very unique, very different. The neighborhood feels totally different. A lot of mature trees. The neighborhood has had time to establish itself. Pretty close to Dam Neck, but you're not experiencing the same jet noise levels as most of the other parts of this area. So I love that. And the price ranges. Now you could get a house in here under $700,000, but a lot of them are in the 7s, 6s, 7s, and 8s. You can see them way higher than that, but for what you're getting for the size, some of these houses are huge, like 35, 45, some big ones like 5,000 plus square feet. And for the uniqueness of the neighborhood, the exclusivity of the neighborhood, and accessibility also to Red Mill Commons and the other shopping in this area, I love this neighborhood. It's one of the, it's I think unmatched for that style and how hard it is to find the houses like this in anywhere in Virginia Beach. But now shifting attention over to just south of this is Asheville Park, but just south of that is Heritage Park. This is the larger big brother of Asheville Park, but these are the bigger houses, 3,500 square feet and up sometimes. These are in the 7s, 800,000 plus price range, and they're really nice houses. These have more of an exclusive feel to it. This very unique, more custom looking, larger estate style houses. It is an HOA, but it's not to the same level as all the amenities you get with Asheville Park, so keep that in mind. These houses are awesome. They have a lot of custom flair to them. You're gonna get a lot of house and really unique house for this price, and you get access to Dam Neck, which is about 13 to 15 minutes away. And once again, a little bit of jet noise, but not so much to where I would be really concerned about it. Now the ones I don't like. Number one is Eagle's Nest. So this is a neighborhood going further into the south central area, closer to Courthouse Estates, but further away from that. This area is closer to 15 to 20 minutes-ish away from Dam Neck. This area, the houses look awesome, they look great online, but for the price, you're paying $800,000 for, it's a big house. So you can get 4,000 square feet, but the lot sizes aren't great. It's kind of a weird neighborhood just off of a main road, off of near West Neck Road, and you're not really close to a whole lot. Just not my thing. It doesn't check off a lot of the boxes that I find super interesting, and so for that reason, or for those reasons, I don't think it's worth the price that you're paying, that $800,000 price range, and they don't often sell as fast either to me. The next might be a little controversial, but I'm not so sure about this neighborhood. Indian River Plantation. So these houses are extremely custom. Very, very exquisite, unique designs, archways, pillars, the whole thing. You know, the floor plans are real open. You know, it's got those big columns. This feels very regal, right? Some of these houses are like that. They have those custom floor plans. You know, you're paying to start with $700,000, $800,000, but a lot of these houses are $9, $1 million, over $1 million in many cases. Sometimes you get some decent sized lots, but sometimes you don't even get that big of a lot for what you're paying. But you're also right off of Indian River Road, which, you know, it's a busy road and you're not going to hear the cars go by, but you know, you're not close to a lot of action. You're kind of in the country for the most part, so it feels like you're kind of secluded. You're not that far away from lots of things, but it feels like it at the same time. So for that reason, for the super over-the-top exquisiteness of these houses, I just am not a fan, and I think some of these are so specific, so unique, that it is a little bit harder to sell some of these because of these styles that they are. A lot of them do sell really quickly because people love this neighborhood in a lot of ways, but just know that if you do buy a house in here, just be aware of the style, the floor plan, the condition of the house, or the materials that were used, because they might be so custom that it might be hard for you to turn around and sell it quickly depending on what that house is like. So if you have any more questions about living near Dam Neck or anywhere else in Virginia Beach, please let me know about my contact information in the description below. Reach out to me anytime and I'll do whatever I can to help you, and I will see you on the next video. If you wouldn't mind, if you love my videos, please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithms. It really helps my channel out so much. I would greatly appreciate it.